What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You are tuned to Mod's Unbiased Opinion. Let's sit down. Just a Cowboy fan who is sitting down talking to you about the Steelers, man, and we're gonna have a good time. That's what we do. We just get here and we have an awesome time. Look, man, make sure that you like and subscribe, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so when you go live, you definitely get those notifications, man. If you got any super chats, make sure that you share them. That will ensure that your rant gets on the screen. And also, man, memberships are wide open, man. Be a part of Know It All Nation, the fastest growing nation on the planet. Man, definitely myself, Big G, and Tate would really appreciate that. That helps us to continue to do the work that we're doing and getting better, man, and using other stuff to take our podcast game to that next level. And look, man, we got some stuff that we want to talk about. Want to talk about it? Here, go. Wrote a song about it. Look, man, there's some things that I want to get to and I want to really talk about today. Of course, we're right in the thick of the break in between football and camps and all those good kind of things. And we're going to talk about that, man, right after I come back from this, man. Once I come back, man, we're going to get into it.
Yeah. Look, my opinion is my opinion. And my advice, you should listen. Talking love, no competition. Unbiased, forgot to mention. This is the show. Yeah, this is the show. This is the show.
Gonna learn today.
Listen, you guys, man, there's things that we got to get into and talk about, but let me address everybody here in the chat. What's up, Everett, man? What's popping, bro? What's that? 31 Scrubs, just elite, man. What's popping, brother? My boy Stank Mall, what's good, man? Absolute Batman. We can talk about it here in a little bit. Claude, my guy, Mr. Bishop, what's popping, man? Christine, how you doing? How you doing? Chris saw you up in here, man. Up in here. What's up, Mark Cunningham? That's my dude, my guy, man. Dwayne, what's good, bro? We gonna get to it, man. He said Tribe Called Quest Vibe hits home every time. Absolutely. I'm a Quest fan. Big, huge Tribe Called Quest fan. Tate in the building. Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. As I'm sitting and I'm thinking about what's going on, right? And we're talking about in football, and we're talking about when training camp, before training camp starts. We've already had the OTAs. We've already had OTAs, and everybody has got a chance to go through and have their first look, because that's what really OTAs is. They go ahead and they implant the all of the changes in the playbook that they're going to do. They're installing a system for the guys, and they're giving them playbooks. They're giving them iPads. Now it's just, used to be a binder with a whole bunch of stuff, and then they give them iPads now. So you go home, you leave with an iPad. The gist of the matter is that this in between time is an opportunity before they go to Latrobe. It's an opportunity for them to get better. My guy, Tyrone, you better call Tyrone. I have an interesting Erykah Badu story that I'll tell everybody because of Tyrone real quick. I do music, and I was doing secular music at the time. It was the second South by Southwest that ended up doing urban music, right? So I'm out here real quick. I'm out here and I go to mic check, and I'm, getting ready. I think I'm one of the hottest things ever. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And some people are doing mic check in front of me. Mark Henry's over at the bar. Mark Henry, the wrestler. It's crazy. It's a surreal scene. And I turn and look, because I heard somebody behind me was like, "Excuse me, you know what time this group goes up?" And I turn and I look. A little short girl, crazy eyes. And I'm like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, but the name of my group is Erica Free. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I think y'all are right after us. And so we go and I do my mic check. She gets up, and from that moment right then and there, I knew she was a star. Like she was doing mic check. And I was like, oh my God. But I knew she was a star at that moment. That's crazy. That actually happened. I can't make that kind of stuff up. But anyway, Pittsburgh will be going to Latrobe Tuesday, July the 28th. July the 28th. So between now and then, right? This dude doesn't have a Ruben Stone. I'm not gonna have a Steelers hat on. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, they go Tuesday, July the 28th is when it will start all the way through August the 17th, right? So up until now, you got to ask yourself exactly what is it that they're going to end up doing, and what players should do. And if you look at the cover, you saw that I was talking about a summer separation. If you want to separate yourself, right? If you as a football player want to separate yourself from everybody else, see, coaching is the biggest thing. You're playing in a league where with the top 1% of the top 1%, right? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So you're playing in a league with the best players to play the sport. So everybody has talent. What beats out talent is organization. Organization will always beat out chaos every time, right? So this is the first part about it. You got to learn your job, learn your position. So the guys who just got an iPad, they need to be learning their job. They need to be learning their position, right? And if they're not learning their job and learning their position, they're already behind. Because I've heard a lot of talk about like Spears Johnson, I think that's his name, the safety, where they're saying, oh, his feet takes a second to catch up with his mind. Well, that's because he's not playing instinctive football because of the simple fact that he doesn't know, right? And if you're not getting yourself in repetition builds reinforcement. So if you're not going through those things in your head and going through scenarios and walking through what happens if and then, because if this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do this. If you're not walking through those scenarios in your head and you're not taking that opportunity to learn the playbook while you are gone in between now and Latrobe, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You need to be getting yourself in mental shape. That's the first thing. Because I'm telling you, you could be the most talented person in the world, i.e. Patrick Queen. If you're not in a system and you don't know the system and you're not acting within the system, you're going to be hurting yourself more than you're going to be helping yourself, right? A lot of the greatest talents that we've had in football, were the greatest talents that we had in football because they were in a great system. Come on, man. Wes Welker, I mean, for real. He was great during the Patriots run. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama wanted to go imitate and get a small wide receiver and get them a Wes Welker type. You know what I'm saying? Even we had a Cole Beasley. It was part of it, right? Players report on Tuesday, July the 28th. I'm gonna get to that. Thank you so much for Reginald Rivers. He said, "Why camp so late when the preseason starts August the 6th?" Listen, man. I'm giving them the opportunity, man. They get their rest. It's a long season, man. It's a long 17 games, a long season. Reginald Rivers, what's up, my guy? That's my dude. He's a Steeler Nation for Bartlett, Tennessee, man. You got to know it. You better know it. You better know. But anyway, so the first thing is you have to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right, get your game right, be on top of your game, understand that you need to know your position because there are guys behind you as far as on the depth chart. There are people behind you on the depth chart, Paul. I got to say that is ready. You know what I'm saying? They're taking this opportunity to study and get their mind right and start to understand the mental part of the game. Second piece is the weight room. You have to continue to stay in the weight room, number two. After you've done number one in your head and you studied, You've got yourself ready for the scenarios and the different scenarios that are happening. You know what I'm saying? You need to get yourself together, right? Physically. A lot of times when y'all see people who blow hammies and tweak a hammy, it's because they haven't been running. They use this time to be out on the yacht and to take their family this place, to take their family that place. You know what I'm saying? Nah, even DeMario Overshown, who just got married, him and his wife are not celebrating their honeymoon until after the season is over, right? Because of the simple fact that when it comes down to it, he can't afford to miss any OTAs. He can't afford to miss any training. He has to get it all in, right? Because of the simple fact that Shamar James is breathing over his shoulder right now. You know what I mean? Shamar James is looking he got him looking at the front door. And this is contract year for DeMario Overshown. So what I'm saying to you is that there are a lot of players that need to be in the weight room right now. They need to be outside running. They need to be, because if you're not running, those soft tissue issues, I'm telling you, they creep up on you like nobody's business because you're not staying hydrated. You're not running. You're not putting in the work to keep your muscles straight. I mean, heck, go do hot yoga. Keep your muscles limber. You have to. You got to keep blood flow through your body. You got to keep your muscle blood flow through your muscles, and you have to strengthen those things. You have to get them ready, man, and continually staying in game shape. You have to, from right now, from June the 22nd, right, all the way till January of next year, your butt needs to be in football shape. That's your only job. I mean, we think about it. I'm gonna talk about camp and camp bodies here in a second. And even the camp bodies are getting paid $885,000. Stupid money, right? You would want to get, I mean, for 5 months, 885. Shoot, give me half of that. You know what I'm saying? I go out there and do all of that for 400,000 for 8 months, for 5 months. Give it to me. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you sit down and you start thinking about it, first thing, like I said, get your mind in shape. Second thing, keep your body in shape, right? The third thing that's happening right now, the thing that's happening right now is the coaches are strategizing. They've got an opportunity to see what they have, right? They've had an opportunity to see what they have, and now, but to see what they have, they're saying, okay, we need to tweak this. We need to tweak that. We need, in the playbook, I want to do this. In the playbook, I want to do that. I want to run this. I want to put this in the scheme against this formation. If they go 3-3-4, I want to play it this way. I want to play downhill. So they're scheming right now. They're sitting up and they're watching their iPads as well. But they're drawing up plays in their head, and they're going to go sit down with their friends. They're actually going to go sit down with their friends, people who are really good at offense, and they're saying, you know what? We're fisting to work this thing out, period, point blank. He said, Mata, I appreciate your speech yesterday. You touched me, and I love you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I touched myself, man. Pause. Listen, I was moved by what was being said, because I remember the situation of a friend of mine, and I wish I would have had an opportunity to encourage him. He said, Erica's aura got a lot of men caught in her web, but trust me, there's some stories I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, it ain't right. Kenneth Jones, what's poppin'? He said, what's up, bro? He said, my son has the same thing while playing in college football right now. The playbook assignments become way more important than talent as you go up levels. Hey, man, you ain't got to tell me. I played Abilene Christian University, my guy. And look, I ended up, getting to a place to where football was a job. You woke up at 6 a.m. and you're in the weight room. Then after 6 a.m., we're going to watch film. Then after we're going to watch film, we're getting in position groups. After we're getting in position groups, we go eat lunch. After we go eat lunch, if you got classes, you're going there. Then at about 3 o'clock, you're at practice and you're getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And then after 6 o'clock, you're back at the dorm room, tired, just horribly wore out, and you want to eat something, and then you got to do whatever homework and assignments that you have. Man, it's no joke once you get to college. And as you go up levels, I mean, at least in the pros, you don't have to worry about school, but still, you know, you have to. There's this thing in working out. I don't know that if most of you have done this, but when you really work out, when you work out really tough workouts, that you have to recuperate, and you have to give yourself recuperation time. There are things that you have to do to cool down. There are things that you have to do to help your muscles respond and rebound faster. And see, because sports medicine has gotten better, we're learning that the recovery stage is more important than the actual building stage, because how you recover will determine how quickly you're able to access that speed, that power, you know what I'm saying, without hurting yourself. So there are things that you have to do as far as recovery is concerned now, and when you're working out. So that's a good point, Steeler Lee. That is a great point. Man, my guy Steeler Lee be coming with that knowledge, man. He be coming with that. And who does your son play for, man? Talk to me, man. I want to know who your son play for so I can watch out for him. Pickens sounded like he grew up a little and understood. He grew up a little and understood team. Hope it sticks. Listen, George Pickens is at a place where he loves Dak Prescott. He absolutely loves Shoddy, and his best friend in the world is CeeDee Lamb, right? I mean, they go shopping together. They took a picture with a lady in Walmart the other day, and it was like, you know, they're in there shopping together, man. They're inseparable, man. It's like, you know, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, twins, man. You know what I'm saying? They're inseparable. I don't know, to be honest with you guys, I don't know who's more of a crash out, CD or Pickens, because Pickens looked like he's the more tame one. And CD and was, you know, in Vegas throwing up in the trash can. Listen, man, I don't know, but it's twin flames. Twin flame. Tay said, hit that like and support. Yes, man. I'm not gonna catch a Chingazo. I'm not gonna. That's not happening. But a good one. He was like, as Steeler Lee, your son active right now. See, we want to know. Know-it-alls want to know, man. He said, yeah, he plays D3 ball for Methodist University in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's planning on hitting the portal depending on how the season go. Yeah, man. Hey, use the portal. Use the portal to your advantage now, man. Use the portal to your advantage. He said, yes, get in shape and strong now to prevent injury. You have to. And those soft tissue issues during the season, they could cost you a game or two. If this person is out with a nagging groin injury, or he's out with a hammy, they be out 4 or 5 weeks, and that could cost you 2-3 games. So you have to stay in shape, boy. He said, I'm curious why none of these other teams are doing what the Broncos are doing with their training staff and their players wearing these watches that monitor everything. I mean, because you're an adult. I mean, 31 Scrubs, you right. It's a great thing to do. And they should monitor. I mean, shoot, they do everything else. You go through a band of tests, and they do everything else, man. They should. Without a shadow of a doubt, they should. It should happen. But, I mean, you're an adult, bro. Go take care of business the way you're supposed to take care of business, man. He said, 31 Scrubs, thank God nobody got one of those watches. Strapped, boy, Christine. I'm telling you, Christine is something else. Scott Henry, what's up, my guy? Salute, man. It was good. See you in here, man. It's a lot, that's for sure. All right. He said, Dallas was a good spot for GP. I think it was an even trade on both sides. Absolutely. Y'all the Steelers ended up getting draft capital, and that helped you this year, man. Definitely. What he said, the Steelers not doing the joint practice this year. We're doing 2 of them with the Rams and Oh, who was the other team? I'll get back to you on that. But look, so the gist of the matter is that after you get your head on straight and you're playing, I mean, you're learning the playbook, you're learning the installs, you're getting everything that coach has told you, and they're quizzing you, right? Some people get quizzed, and some people allow, I, I I know several pro athletes. They have their brother around, they have their best friend around, and their best friend and their brother has to work out with them. That's part of the condition of them being around, right? And the other thing is, hey, you're gonna quiz me on all of this. You got to know it just as much as I know. So you have to be able to call out the plays. Man, when I went to the Cowboy game, I'm sitting in the stands with someone like that, and he's calling the plays out to me as they're happening. And I'm sitting here like, wow, okay. But the reason why is he had to learn the playbook to help his brother and make sure that his brother was on point. You know what I'm saying? So you need that help, you need that system. And then the other thing is that on top of working out, this is still thing number 2, working out, physical condition, running, you know what I'm saying? Eating. You need to get a private chef. Yeah, that needs to happen. Separation, summer. You don't need to be sipping Mai Tais and a whole bunch of sugary drinks and laid up on the balcony of a boat or in a 7-story apartment complex, chilling, having Hugh Hefner parties. Look, you need to chill out, bro. You need to be at the crib. You need to be inside. You don't need to be outside at all. You need to be inside, having a private chef fix you meals every day, right? Fix you every day. You need joints. You need a chef cooking you meals every day, and you need to pay attention to your diet, because certain foods will promote good energy, and that good energy that you get from those foods will give you the opportunity to be better as it becomes as when you go to the weight room and you start to run. You're going to feel cleaner, you're going to feel lighter, and you're going to get what your body's going to get the sustenance that it needs. A lot of times, especially when we grew up, we didn't pay attention to the diet. We weren't like that. But you guys, this is a different era, man. The NIL money is there, right? A lot of people still have money from NIL money. The rookies coming in, they still got NIL money. Or they should still have NIL money, or they got their signing bonus money, because a lot of people have started using their signing bonus. Afton, what's good? Ever said, my opinion, GP wasn't a good trade. Wasn't a good trade. Who, Aller? I don't know. I don't know what. Clarify that for me, Everett. It was a great trade for us. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The GP has became GP, and he cares. This is the thing. He cares, man. I think when you go to different environments and you get your opportunity to be in a different place, especially when you're playing for that paycheck. When you're playing for that paycheck and you get your opportunity to be in a different place, and let's be real. This is the first quarterback GP has had. I'm pretty sure they don't. The first real quarterback GP has ever had, and someone who can get him to rock in the places that he need to get him to rock. And Shotty knows how to scheme him up and scheme him open. And I'm excited about year 2 with GP. I think GP is actually going to outplay his contract. We're not going to be able to pay him next year, and we're going to be forced. We're going to be forced into a bad decision. And I'm hoping that Steven, I'm hoping that Jerry, I'm hoping that Will McClay are all making that call, because Jerry will mess around and keep GP and trade CD. That's what Jerry will do. Jerry's like that, man. I mean, after years, hey, listen, I'm trauma ridden behind Jerry Jones. Still a lead. Thank you for the $4.99, my guy. He said, I believe GP cared when he was in Pittsburgh. It's just the coaching philosophy frustrated him. Still a good point. I think it was a good point, man. I mean, honestly, a receiver wants to be a receiver. You know what I'm saying? He wants to do receiver-like things. He want to be able to expand the field, get down the field. He want targets. He want people to throw him the football. You know what I mean? He wants to be able to go across the middle, catch one, take it to the house, right? And I don't think that was on the menu because you didn't have the arm to do it, right? You didn't have a quarterback with the arms to do it. And like I said, Pickens has always had the talent. He's always had the talent, and he's always had the ability. Now he's in a place where that flourishes. Hey, thank you so much, Still Elite, for the $5. He said Pickens played with bad quarterbacks and play call. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, 110% without a shadow of a doubt. KP8, for real? For real? That's your quarter, as my brother say, that's your quarterbacks. That's your quarterbacks, KP8? Heck no. Heck to the no. That's heck to the no, no, man. That's just bad. That is bad. If that's the best you could get, hey man, sign him up, take him somewhere else, man. Let him use his talents. And like LeBron say, take his talents somewhere else to Long Beach or to South Beach, wherever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He said, I mean, he did show up late to practice in games a lot. Yeah, Christine, he did. He absolutely, GP did. He did. Let's not argue. He was not on his best behavior in Pittsburgh. He was not. But I worry more about CD right now than I am GP. GP has been, super humble in interviews, all that. For real. All right, so we've got the playbook and the installs learned by the player. We have the physical conditioning, the running, the lifting, and the eating by the player. Third thing, coaching. We got the coaching. We got the coaches going and talking to amongst their coaching friends in the fraternity. Mike McCarthy, one of the things that he did before he took the Cowboy job, and I know it's something that he's doing right now, he went and sat down with the offensive minds in the league, best offensive minds in the league, and they sat down and they watched film and he studied concepts, right? And that's where he got a lot of the concepts that he ran when he got to the Cowboys. Man, in 3 years at 12-5, he really improved the Cowboys. We went from a laughing stock, you know what I'm saying, to, I mean, they just giggled at us because they weren't laughing no more. They were just giggling, you know what I'm saying? Regular season, they wasn't laughing, but playoffs, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still what it was. But anyway, my point is that the coaches will take that opportunity as well during the summer separation to sit down with the greatest offensive minds. And if it's a really offensive coach, if I was McCarthy, just saying, if I was Mike McCarthy and I wanted to be effective, I would go talk to the best defensive minds, right? I would talk to them and talk about it and listen to their concepts, right? Everybody's not going to, of course, they don't go to the ones in the league because you may play them, right? So you're not giving away your trade secrets like that. But they go talk to Steve Sarkisian. They'll go talk to, college coaches who are, at the top of their game, right? And then retired coaches who are out of the league, and then young coaches who are up and coming, right? If you're a coach that's forward thinking, you need to always be thinking about the evolution of offense and how the offense is being called in the professional football game. So you need people who are studying analytics. You need people who are studying game situation, who, that big old call sheet, the Denny's menu that Mike McCarthy has, that thing needs to be full. That dance card needs to be full. And he needs to know what to run in one situation and why, right? So not only is the players doing their bid, coaches are doing their bid, right? Last thing I want to cover, and then it's gonna be questions the rest of the way. So I want y'all to keep the live chat pop it. Give me questions. Um, the last thing here, and we talked about this. Tate talked about this. I talked about this, and I'm gonna continue to talk about this. Chemistry. Listen, brother, if you don't think chemistry is part of catching lightning in the bottle, you're wrong. You're beside yourself. So when Aaron and all of the players went to the amusement park, as they do every year, but it's not mandatory, but everybody showed up. When they all went to the amusement park, trust me, that was a bonding thing to where he was letting them know, hey, I'm all in. Trust me, he's bringing them out to California. There are people that are going out to California with him, and they're going to run routes. They're going to play pitch and catch. They're going to talk about situations. They're going to figure out, hey, I like for you to throw it here. I like to receive the ball before I'm out and out of my cut, right? I like the ball to be, on me so it wouldn't hit my pads, but it'll hit my hands. I don't have time to think, right? He's going to go through that with his receivers. He's going to find out, where they like to catch the ball and where their catch radius is. And I guarantee you he's going to start throwing dots and lasers this year because of the team camaraderie and the team chemistry that they're building right now, right? And when you're there in different places and y'all are all staying in an Airbnb, I guarantee you those guys aren't just talking football. Right? They're getting an opportunity to laugh and talk and get to know one another, right? And that is a big part of a winning football team, chemistry. If you go back to any Super Bowl team the Steelers have ever had, any Super Bowl team the Cowboys have ever had. Heck, the Cowboys were so much friends and family that they had a whole bus for they side chicks. Michael Irvin, it's not a legend, it's the truth. They had it. Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders had a whole bus and a whole house that was designated for their side chicks. Now, if that ain't team camaraderie, I don't know what it is. We gonna do dirt together. It's horrible. It's horrible that they were cheating, but I'm just saying they were in it together, and they were definitely teammates, and their chemistry collided, and they were winning Super Bowls, right? And it's the same thing. If you think of any Super Bowl winning team, their chemistry is a part of everything. They didn't just have the talent, they also had chemistry, right? Tyrone said, I'm happy McCarthy running the offense. We finally have a real OC, and he knows how to head coach that adjusts after the halftime. Maybe we can score more than 7. You will score more than 7. That is the thing. You're going to score more points this year. Andre Green was popping Dre in the half. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised Gazoo showed up to Kennywood. Hey, man, last ride. It's his last ride. He know it, and he trying to win a Super Bowl. He trying to go out on top, and I ain't mad at him. That's what you want to do. He said, facts, Mod. Roger's super smart. Building that chemistry, making sure they're all invested. Absolutely. And he got to figure out who's not vested. That's the other part of it. I want to know who's invested, and I want to know who's not vested. Because if you're not vested, get him out of here. I don't want him correcting. I do not want him auto-correcting the chemistry that I'm building because I'm trying to go out on top. You know what I'm saying? So let's identify those. Let's identify the ones who don't want to be a part of the team. You don't want to be a part of the team? Fine. Go sit down somewhere. Ride the bench. You ain't fit to play, and you're not fit to cause the team heartache and heartbreak. A-Rod all in. Yes, he is. He says still a lad, and Kennywood is fired. Absolutely. Chris Sawyer said, yep, no chemistry means a bad season all the way through, bro. Because at that point, what do I always tell you guys? Chris Sawyer, remember this. I always tell you guys, personal influence goes a lot farther than positional influence. Just if you're just my coach and you're just my teammate, so what? As soon as I'm finished with this game, you don't matter. But if you and I have a relationship and I'm lining up with you and we going to war, we're gonna push each other. We're gonna push each other. My roommate was our position leader at fullback. When I got to school, they moved me to fullback. And you know, he was a good friend of mine. Let me borrow his car. You know, we were constantly, talking back and forth. He knew that if Prince was playing and the sock was on the door, chill out. You know what I'm saying? All those kind of things. We were great friends. And on the field, in the weight room, I wanted to produce for him. Now, I tore my pec playing around with him because he could bench 500 pounds. And we were doing sets and reps at that point. And mine was on my max was probably at that point 375, right at maybe I think I might have got 425 once. But anyway, the gist of the matter is he had us doing the pyramids, where you did one of your heaviest weight and then you started going down, decreasing. And we doing the pyramids, and I told him I couldn't go, but I was like, man, whatever, man. He was like, come on, man, push me. He pushed me right into me tearing my pec. But my point is, I wanted to do the best that I could do for him, right? And it wasn't even for coach. I wanted to do it for him because, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to let him down. And that's what team chemistry is all about. That is exactly what team chemistry is about. He said, that's team camaraderie for your Maud. It was verified on Netflix documentary too. Yeah, absolutely. He said, what makes everybody make Mike McCarthy going away in Pittsburgh when he couldn't win it with a better team? Listen, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. McCarthy, he was 12-5, 3 years in a row in Dallas, right? I don't think players was just his problem, right? I don't think coaching was just a problem. Dallas never had a defense. Dallas never had a defense any year that McCarthy was there. And we may have had players, but we never had a defense. That locker room was toxic. I know that for a fact, right? That was a toxic locker room. The defensive room talked bad to Dak. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, all of the folks that were in that locker room are gone now. One of them actually won the Super Bowl with Seattle. That's Tank Lawrence. But, Tank, Micah, Diggs, they were all toxic, bro. Like, you may have players, but you can't win with those guys, man. Dono was trash. He was hot garbage. You know what I'm saying? And a player like that, who's only playing because Jerry Jones paid him, it is what it is, man. That makes chemistry go down the toilet, right? He said 315. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why. And I'm gonna tell you something else, Tyrone. This man did not come home to put up goose eggs. He's from here. You don't think that he take that? That's pride. He's from Pittsburgh. He takes it personal. This was his dream job. I doubt that he's going to Pittsburgh this year to sit down and lay a goose egg. That ain't happening, brother. And this is one of the best rosters that you've had in a long time. That 53 is going to be loaded. You know what I'm saying? He said it's a great roster this year. Yep. Hey, best roster. That 53 is going to be loaded. Jaime, what's popping, bro? What's good, man? Jaime in the chat. What's good? He said, Chris Sawyer said, agree, Mod. Our defense was crap. Hot garbage, Chris. Hot garbage. You hear me? Like it's one thing. This is why I talk about chemistry. It's one thing to have defensive stars. You can think about Miami that first year that LeBron got there, man. They were loaded. They didn't win it. Spurs did. Why? I'm going to tell you. Camaraderie. Team. You know what I'm saying? Pop had them boys thinking one band, one sound. And when you get people to buy in, you can catch lightning in the bottle. Why? Because we're all rowing with one motion, moving towards one goal, thinking one thought. becoming one machine. So we're moving as a unit. We're like I told you before, like I was saying with my roommate, I ain't want to let him down. And when you got to look somebody in the eye when you get to the locker room and they know you over here just selling the farm, you don't want to do that. I don't know if y'all have ever played competitive sports. I can remember being cussed out before. I can remember being cussed out before, right? I mean, straight up cussed out, right? I mean, when I say cussed out, cursed out. And not by my coach. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my coach that was cussing me out. It was my teammate. Like, man, are you gonna do your job or what? Because I missed 2 blocks. I did. I missed. The guy got me. He set me up. He baited me. He gave me a one move, and I went to go get him, and he just swam me. He swam me, and I whipped. I was left holding the pot. You know how when you get the pot off the stove? That's what I looked like. I was holding the pot. You got me. And you look, it's always the longest, it's like the longest moment in your life. You're realizing a whole bunch of different things at once. The first thing is I look stupid. That's the first thing you think, I look stupid. I'm just sitting here holding the pot. Second thing is, man, he really got me. Third thing you're thinking in your mind, oh man, they're going to see this on film. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the longest time. I mean, I don't know. Falling down at that point feels like an hour kind of have went by, man. You missed it. You know, you got it. And then there's another time where I got a concussion. I got hit. I mean, he rang my bell. Bow. He rang my bell and just ran clean over me. All conference linebacker. Okay. I mean, what I'm going to do? He went on to play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Brown. Played for the Detroit Lions. Ooh. I'm sorry that Reggie Brown ran straight, just ran. I was gone. I mean, it felt like a freight train hit me, man. And I remember getting up, seeing 3 people, seeing one person here, one person here, and one person here. And this person had the ball. All 3 of them had the ball. But I thought to myself, okay, just tackle the person in the middle. And while I'm running to tackle the person in the middle, because I think I'm running straight, but I'm actually running this way, I get mollywopped by somebody else. Wow. And just, you know, hey. And in that day, all they did was give you smelling sauce and say, get back in there. Hey, get back in there. I broke a 30-yard run after that because he fumbled again, and I got the ball. I broke a 30-yard run. But, I mean, listen, I probably was going to get CTE if that kept going. It was just something else. Hey, but look, I'm going to tell you, chemistry means everything, right? And when you have a player that can hold you accountable, when you have a teammate who will hold you accountable, the coach doesn't have to do it, right? The coach doesn't have to do it. And that's what he's saying. You know, can't let the fellas down. Won't let the fellas down, right? And so, you know, that's a part of it. Chris said Pop was a great coach. He was, man. Popovich is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game of basketball. And you can bet that. You know what I'm saying? You can bet that. You know, and it is what it is. Like I said, those are the things that has to be done. Separation summer, right? Summer of separation has to be done, you guys. If it's not done, if the separation ain't done during the summer, you're gonna end up, and I'm talking about these weeks from now until July the 28th, July the 29th. That's, you know, it's a month, right? From now until then, if the work hasn't continued and they haven't put in the work, I'm telling you what's going to end up happening. You're going to see a whole bunch of soft tissue issues. You're going to see a whole bunch of people who are tweaking this and tweaking that and having to sit out practices. And I'm going to tell you something. When it's full speed ahead, when we get to camp, I ain't trying to hear none of that. If you didn't take care of your body and I'm your teammate, I'm going to tell you about it, man. Say, man, what was you doing, bro? Man, coach, get him off the field, man. Get somebody on the field that want to play. I said, I'm going to talk. I mean, real talk. I mean, when you're a competitor and you're somebody who takes your craft seriously, man, get off the field, man. You should have been, all this stuff you should know. And you should have been ready, man. I'm ready. And that's the thing. It's insult. It's an insult to me. And it should be an insult to you as a teammate for you to work hard all the way up until camp. And this boy been kicking it. You know he been kicking it. He's still getting on the field, letting everybody down. Heck no. Coach, get him off the field, man. Get his butt off the field. And I don't want to see him on the field. Now, listen, you talking about during joint practices they're fighting. Let my teammate come back from this practice time or come back from this time and he hadn't been doing what he's supposed to. Let him come back and he ain't been working out. I got something for his mind. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to move some furniture around. Like Tate said, we're going to throw some chingazos. It's happening. We going to put him up. He going to see my best Roy Jones job. I'm putting them things on him. Because real talk, it's an insult to me that I'm sitting here and working and doing what I'm supposed to do, and you didn't do nothing. So much separation, man. He said, man, don't come into camp overweight is the main thing. Not even overweight, Reg. Not even overweight. Like I said, if you didn't run, because you could have had a chef and did the nutrition and done some hot yoga and kept your body limber. But if you did not run, I guarantee you're blowing a hammy. You're gonna blow a hammy. It's happening. So you have to keep running, man. You got to keep running. You got to keep running. You got to keep running. You got to keep your body in condition to where it's used to running. Because once you get it stopped and you start trying to run, pop, it's over with. Especially if you're over, you're like pushing yourself, right? And when you on a football field, in professional or even in college, when you get to college, like I said, and everybody who's ever played college football will tell you this. When you leave high school, you fast. When you get to college, you all right. Hey, there's defensive tackles that are running 4.6s and 4.7s. So that sideline stuff that you got away with in high school, all that juking and jiving that you got away with playing in the backfield, that don't happen. North south, and you have to keep everything in condition. It's like a car, man. You got to keep getting tune-ups. You got to keep your car right, man. Engine got to be tight. So when you get to Latrobe, you ready, man. And like I said, bro, let my teammate not come in there ready. I promise you, that joker don't come in there, man. He is gonna hear my mouth. I mean, for real, and I'm gonna bump it. I'm gonna bump for real. I'm a bump. I'm gonna tell him about himself in a whole bunch of different ways. He said, "Mart, it's true. Do we have 83 days until football?" Man, look, football's about to pop off. And here's the thing. The last thing before I go, you need to understand, you're going to see a lot of camp bodies. Prepare yourself. You're going to see a lot of camp bodies, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers signed some UFAs and some people from the UFL. One of the most, we talked about it yesterday, one of the more popular ones is your guy, Jacoby Windman, right? From the Columbus Aviators was signed. There's some names in here. Like I said, we signed. There's Jalen Cropper, who got signed to New Orleans. Major Burns got that $885,000 deal. Excuse me. And then you have Denzel Mims, Cowboys signed him. These are all camp bodies. You need them because on the other side of what I'm saying with the physicality, and camp's going to get physical, right? It's going to get physical. You don't want to hurt your stars. So you need people that you could go in here and, catch a bad one for four. Listen, if I was in shape, I'd go be a camp body in a minute. 400. Listen, you're getting paid the league minimum to go in there and get mashed on. For real. It is what it is. He said, look, there's always a guy trying to replace you. Absolutely. Autumn says 83 days to go. Let's go. All right, now that's what I'm talking about. Said, Steelers better pay JPJ at training camp. Maybe we don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's some moves still yet to be made, right? I think they're trying to figure out. If you ask me, I think right now Highsmith is still the trump card. He's a trump card. So they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Highsmith and his money, right? And if they need another linebacker, if you need another linebacker, you go out, you trade Highsmith to get you one, right? Again, you bring a guy in camp body, but he is a camp body. But look at the position. Read the Tater hate that I said this. Read the times in the wind. He's a defensive end, right? So if I trade one, I'm gonna need one. So, you got to kind of start looking into things, and you haven't paid JPJ because you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do with this money. He's gonna get his deal. Trust me. I don't think they're dumb enough to let JPJ go. I don't think you do that, right? I don't think you do that. You just don't do it. One of the better cornerbacks in the NFL, you don't do it, right? But you get rid of Highsmith. If you get rid of Highsmith, you get rid of Highsmith's money, right? And then you can also get you a linebacker that's going to help you right now. So I think that's what's happening. The reason why it's not being paid is they're holding on to see what they're going to do with that. Is he really from the Columbus Aviators when he been on the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad for 2 seasons already? Hey, man, but he played in the UFL for the Aviators, man. That's where he just came from. So they're listing the team he just came from. So Tate, you're right, and you're right, but you're right when you're right, and I'm going with you when you're right. But he did just play for the Aviators this season in the UFL. He said, why haven't the Steelers signed Drew Aller yet? Probably the money. Drew Aller's gonna get signed. I mean, it's rookie stuff. He's gonna get signed. That's gonna happen pretty quick. Again, you gotta think about the money. It's the money. You know what I'm saying? The money is funny. You got to make sure that when you start signing jokers, that you have that money in escrow. Especially people who are getting deals with guaranteed money, you got to have that money in escrow. So you just can't just be passing out IOUs. That ain't happening. When they paid Deshaun Watson, all that $240 some odd million, that stuff was in escrow because it was guaranteed. So that money comes out of their little pot, right? And you got to have the money to pay everybody else in that pot still left. So there's you just can't, like I said, you just can't go out. And I mean, it feels like, let's put it like this. It feels like it's play money, and it kind of is, right? It kind of is play money, but at the same time, the accountants got to make it work. If they ain't making it work and it don't check, the checks and balances don't make it work, then they can't do it. So, and probably just what Tate said, Drew Aller might want more money than they willing to give, but who knows? We don't know that yet. Autumn said, hey, not too much on the Aviators. He was just saying that, he played for the Steelers, and he's really from the Steelers and not the Aviators. You know what I'm saying? Because the boy's been here several different times. He said, JPJ, first priority, brother. He the most, so it will be last. Yes, he does cost the most. So you do have to understand, because he does cost the most, they're probably gonna end up paying him last. Right? That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, right? And so when it comes down to it, like I said, follow the times in the wind. Listen, watch. I think they want to get to Latrobe, see what you got at linebacker. Once you see what you have at linebacker from Latrobe, you got an ace in the hole. You go on and pull that trump. Pop. Get him off and get you another linebacker in there. Then money freed up to where you could go ahead and sign JPJ. And that happens, right? So I wouldn't worry. If I was a Steel, I wouldn't. If a Steeler fan, a diehard, I wouldn't worry at all. I wouldn't worry. He said, "Take that's diabolical. He's a 3rd round pick. How much you think?" Listen, man, he may be a 3rd round pick, but you see 3rd round pick. He sees I'm playing for the Steelers when I'm a Browns fan. He sees I have an agent who thinks that I'm worth this much. You know? And just like GP said, I stay out of money stuff. I let my agent be my agent. And we would too. We would too, man. We would let our agent be our agent. You would let your agent be your agent. Because the NFL stands for not for long. Right? Average lifespan of somebody in the NFL between 3 to 5 years. And that ain't long. So you need to get your money, man. Get your money, man. And say that somewhere in there. Get your money. Right? So again, bro, that's what I mean, by when I say, he said, yeah, Ty, he want more money than a typical 3rd round pick. Hey man, I just, it kind of is what it is. Agents get in there and start talking. But look, man, I want you guys to know we've got some great shows on the horizon. Make sure that you tomorrow you have the Big Noon, the Big G Noon Rant. Keep it at 100. Steelers Assemble. Make sure that you are here and present for that, right? Tonight you have Afton and Big G on Minister Yens, man. And he's like, coach is like, what are you waiting on, kid? He's like, I'm waiting on something amazing to happen. You know what I'm saying? And he said that's where the Steeler fans are. They are waiting for something amazing to happen. My guy, Take, man. Takes on, I think that's Wednesday or Thursday. Take all in on Jalen Ramsey's versatility. Got him as a wild card. Remember we talking about Trump's? Yeah, hey man, that is what it is. He got him as a wild card. Again, we have smashed the gas, my guys, in them streets. And look, they got the cars parked sideways. That's how you know sitting sideways, boys in the days. Sitting sideways. That's how you know they in the streets, man. In the streets of Pittsburgh. Take Big G and Curb in them streets. They're going to be talking all things Pittsburgh Steelers and talking about things. And, of course, Kirby's going to have his Red Cup, man. Them Red Cup days is going to be there, man. Look, and then also before that, you got the first Final 3 prediction, Final 53 prediction on the Bubble Watch. And that's going to be for Pump Your Brakes. That's my guys, Shannon, the Triple OG, my boy Big G, and Take Boy Fresh. They're going to be talking about it, man. Make sure that you understand. Look, like I said, that we have a lineup coming for you. And like I said, man, make sure you understand. You're going to see a whole bunch of camp bodies. Man, don't expect a lot of these boys to play. They just camp bodies. That's all. They're camp bodies, right? And you need them so that you can beat the camp bodies up, right? So make sure, like I said, make sure that you guys join the conversation. Be a part of Know It All Nation. Man, come back for G and Minister Yens Afton tonight. G and Afton tonight. Come back. And then tomorrow, you got G in his noonday rant. Yeah, man. Go Cowboys, baby. You see it. You see it. It's right there. You see it. Go Cowboys. He said the cars are hard. Absolutely. Cars go. Man, them cars nice. Listen, be a part of the Know It All Nation. Be a part of the conversation. Make sure you're rocking with us. Make sure you keep kicking it with your boys, man. And if you haven't, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. So when we go live, you will get those notifications and you will know that the know-it-alls are here and we are ready for action. Of course, like I said, subscribe to the fastest growing nation in the world, Know It All Nation. And also there's some products down below. Down below on YouTube, if you look, there's some products. I got my favorite, the thing that I always drink. G is on that Zivia, but I'm on this essential water. That is linked there as well. There's a whole bunch of just a trough of Steeler gear under this video. So if you need a new Steeler shirt, a Steeler jersey, whatever you need, Steeler paraphernalia, it's there. It's there. So go ahead in the link, click those items, go ahead and purchase. You can purchase your purchase, a percentage of your purchase goes to support the Know It All network and channel, and you'll be helping us out greatly. I appreciate each and every one of you that shows up, man. I'm finna get ready to get out of here. Got some video content I need to shoot today. So it's a big, hey man, my off days are busier than my days that I go to work. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finna get out of here, man. Thank you for rocking with Mod's Unbiased Opinion. I'ma holler at you boys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah. Look, my opinion is my opinion. And my advice, you should listen. Talking love, no competition. Unbiased, forgot to mention. This is the show.